And we're going to do it. Is it a do-over? Yes, it's going to be a do-over. Just like in your old school days. New London in the home white, trimmed in green and a little bit of gold. The Morgan School in the blue jerseys, trimmed in whites and light blue, with that familiar Husky logo that is known around the States. Morgan's first offensive set. 11 is Tori Hopkins. Ashton is number 10. Jumper on the way by Jen Dawson. It's the Morgan School on the board first.
This game has the feel of one where points are going to be at a premium. If you can get outside jumpers to fall today, you're on a good track for Morgan. They're a team that gets most of their points with Ashton cutting into the lane and setting up players going to the rim.
Whalers' first offensive set. Deanna McCarville's number 1. 52 is Cherie Osborne. 11 is Lexus Childs Harris. As they work the perimeter here with good patience. Ria's Jada Lucas is driving to the hoop for the layup as Childs Harris misses, and the rebound to Morgan, and they start the break. As working away down the floor, terrific defensive play. Lucas took it away, but they're going to call a late foul on Tori Hopkins as we look at it once again. Starting lineups for both teams. For New London, it's McCarville, Lucas, Childs Harris, Pagan, and Osborne. Ashton, Hopkins, Sullivan, Dawson, Osborne. Your starting 5 for the Morgan School, and they take a 5-0 lead off the 3-ball out of the corner.
Very good sign for Morgan early. They're not a great three-point shooting team. They make their hay on defense. They allow only about 37 points a game defensively.
The kick ball off the bounce pass inside. Whalers' first ever appearance in a final. As we mentioned the Open, 2 wins 2 years ago, 10 last year. And they're up to 23 today, as in the low post, Pagan knocked away.
The area where you think in this game, Bob, that New London would have the bit of an advantage is they're very balanced on offense. Of their 5 starters, they all average at least 9.9 points a game, so they can score at all positions.
Ashton's first shot of the day does not go. And Osborne, her AAU teammate, gets the rebound for New London, is driving coast to coast, and the missing is Lucas. And it's 1 and done for the Whalers. This is Tori Hopkins, a 5'4" junior. One theme for both teams, they're pretty young. New London with 3 seniors, Morgan has 1. And Jen Dawson, it's called for the turnover.
With that in mind, you'd feel like there could be some nerves on this stage. For the Morgan players, a lot of them have state championship experience in volleyball, which helps. New London hasn't been in this stage at girls basketball.
Early 5-0 lead for the Huskies. McCarville gets it on the wing to Childs Harris, short on the jump shot. You can tell their nerves early, because those are looks they should be knocking down normally.
They had a couple turnovers as well. So early on, when you're having the nerves and struggling a bit, you need to just stay in striking distance. Don't let it get too out of hand early. We saw that happen in the boys' game yesterday with Weaver, just letting the lead get way out of control in that second quarter.
Ashton takes a lot of shots. Baseline left. Now back out on the wing. Now the good patience by the Huskies as Joe Grippo calls out the play. Looks back door. Off of Childs Harris. Stolen, but then turned over right back. The Morgan School gets it. As we played close to 3 minutes. And the Whalers still looking for a field goal. So far they're 0 for 3. Morgan's 2 for 3.
Been impressed with Jada Lucas's defense on the ball so far for New London, though she has made things very tough on Ashton or Hopkins, especially when Hopkins has had it. She has quick hands and can get in there and really interrupt Hopkins.
Hopkins has it almost stolen yet again, and she does turn it over. Right on cue. Lucas with the tip and the turnover. So the Whalers will be looking to get their first points of the afternoon here in Uncasville, as they look for their post player, and she hits it. It's Osborne from the foul line. 46% for the field on the season, and New London's on the board for the first time today. Ashton runs the point. Ashton and Dawson set each other up in volleyball. Ashton set up Dawson for a lot of kills in the volleyball court this year. Nice cross-court pass to the finish. As Sullivan gets the hoop. her first points of the day, and it's 7-2. Looking for more off the turnover.
Sullivan is the glue player of this starting five for Morgan. She gets a lot of rebounds. We saw about a minute ago she was the player who dove to the hardwood to go after the loose ball as well. Offense from her when she's hitting jump shots is a huge bonus because, again, she gets most of her points following up shots off the glass and putting them in from close range.
Here's Dawson down the left side. Now Ashton at the elbow left. Out of a shot, thought better of it. We've played 4+ minutes here in the first quarter. And the Huskies with a 7-2 lead at the start. Dawson throws it back out. Now it's Hopkins. Being harassed, gets away from Lucas. Nice bounce pass down low for two. The finish by Sullivan.
Beautiful feed there by Hopkins, who kept her head up the whole way she dribbled.
Ball knocked away by Sullivan, but the Whalers will get it back. That's Cherie Osborne. Where's 52 for the Whalers? There's Lucas into the front court. Lucas averages 10 points per game. And one thing we saw yesterday, Bill, a lot of confusion on the three-point line as the little floater goes. Of course, the blue line is the WNBA three-point line. The white line is the high school three-point line.
Yeah, saw it all day long. Players spotting up from an extra foot or so outside. That blue line sticks out a lot more than the white line does. So it's something that the players need to get acclimated with as the first quarter goes on.
Three ball, deep one, goes short. And the ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the went off a Whaler. And they're going to call the London ball. They're going to change that. Yes, right call. The baseline official had it right. The one along the sideline in front of the scores table did not.
Well, and that three-pointer from Hopkins was just what you were talking about. Took it from way outside as we get another look. And, yep, clear. Right call there, and good to see the officials talk things over and make sure they get it right.
9-4, the lead for the Morgan School. 2:45 to go here in the first quarter. Three ball, no good by McCarville. Well, that's touched by New London. Now they're going to try to show some pressure here and try to force Morgan into some turnovers. Thus far, each team has 3.
See if they can speed Morgan up, because when Morgan's gotten the ball in the half-court set, they've been very efficient.
Ashton, good A to B speed, works it down the baseline. The quick jumper misses. And just as Bill mentioned, speed them up. The missed shot, and here come the Whalers back the other way. As McCarville goes baseline right, the teardrop shot doesn't go. And the rebound. So Morgan's Kelsey Donaldson, but it's turned right back over. And McCarville gets fouled. And will shoot 2.
Well, we've seen the pressure work in 2 different ways on the last 2 possessions. To get a steal doesn't always have to be the end result of a successful press. If you force a quick shot because the team is out of sorts as they did the possession before, that's also a successful byproduct of the full court pressure. McCarville defensively on the press, very active 2 straight possessions.
Tori Hopkins with the foul as McCarville hits the first of 2. New London 60% from the line this season. McCarville 65% from the free throw line.
You'd expect her to be a good free throw shooter. She's their best outside shooter. Takes close to 6 threes a game.
Nice start, good finish. She's a junior. And the Whalers back within 3 at 9-6 is Ashton. Again, nice hesitation, knocked away. McCarville gets a hand in there along with Pagan. Those are some big knee pads Sammy Ashton's wearing. Those might be her volleyball knee pads.
I was thinking the same thing. You can tell how many volleyball players are on this Morgan team by the amount of them that wear knee pads.
Dawson misses her shot. Rebound goes to Pagan, and here come the Whalers. A 3 would tie here with 2 minutes to go in the first. Crowd on hand here at Mohegan Sun. Here's Osborne, the jumper no good. Rebound knocked around, last touched by the Whalers.
Osborne's a tough guard for most of the interior players because even though she's big and physical, right down low around the rim and a great rebounder, she has 15-foot range. We've already seen her hit 1, and that had a good look out of her hand as well.
Morgan has had no problems with New London's pressure thus far, getting it into the front court. But once they get into the front court, they haven't been able to set up the offense. They've been attacking the basket, not getting good looks.
Since the press started, they've really sped up offensively, and that's something I'm sure that Coach Grippo will talk about the next stoppage in play, is slowing things down and getting back to their half-court sets.
Dawson misses off the inbound. Here comes McCarville and the Whalers, trying to tie with 90 seconds to go or get within 1. This is Childs Harris driving all the way, lays it in, right to left, or left to right with the layup. And they're back within one. Nice rebound by the Whalers after the slow start.
Yeah, and hey, it's reminiscent of what this team has been like the last couple of years. They can handle adversity. Two wins a couple of years ago to the state championship here.
I would think, too, and what Carrie-Ann Dugan's done, and obviously it's defense first, to change the mentality of how to play here. But it's got to be tough when you get used to changing the whole thing to work on defense, and a lot of it is without a basketball in your hands. Here's Ashton inside, tough pull-up doesn't go, and we're going to foul going over the top as Morgan. Lily Dawson is a 5'3" senior in for the first time today. As you take a look at Carrie-Ann Dugan, had a successful career at Central Connecticut for Vero Piper, and she knows a thing or two about rebuilding teams. They went from a team that really struggled, and they made it to postseason play, the WNIT one year. She's very hands-on as a coach, too. She's talked about how she thinks her players respond because she's still pretty close to her playing days. She gets out and plays with them in practice. Free ball doesn't go, but there's the putback by Osborne. And New London gets their first lead of the afternoon with an offensive rebound by Cherie Osborne. Tori Hopkins for the Whalers as we're inside 30 seconds to go here in the first. Dawson goes baseline, high off the glass, it's short. Her own follow, that gets blocked. Third shot gets blocked, and then the steal. But Ashton grabs it in the backcourt. And she'll go out of control and get to the free throw line. Scrambly action here in the last minute to close out the first quarter. And there's Ashton's just pure aggressiveness. She sensed that play was kind of frantic and that if she went to the rim, there was a good chance she'd get fouled. Did not really have any chance to make that shot unless she was fouled. So a good take by her to draw that contact. Ashton has been to the line a ton. 67 of 116, that's just 59%. She's short on the first one. As 33, Kelsey Donaldson back in for the Morgan School, replacing Lily Dawson. There's a look at that drive. Just went right into the body of Osborne, forcing Osborne to foul her. That's so tough for an official. If the offensive player is trying to create the contact. Ashton missed them both, so it's a 1-point lead for New London. Final seconds of quarter number one. And they're not going to get a shot off. Nope. Childs Harris throws it up off the front of the rim, no good. So we end one with a 10-9 Whaler lead. Back with more of the Class M finals after this on CPTV Sports. New London shooting, their size, their quickness been too much, and boy, they've been really good from the free throw line.
Yeah, I mean, that's the added bonus. We've seen this weekend how much free throws matter. In the boys Class M game yesterday, Weaver went to the free throw line 43 times. They only made 20 of the 43 in a game that they ended up getting blown out in. If they'd shot even 60 or 70% from the free throw line, it would have been a different story. Same thing here. If this New London squad was struggling from the free throw line, we'd be talking about a 6 to 8 point game.
Ashton's the only one that's taken them. Is McCarville misses on the three. Morgan the rebound. They've got a lot of work to do. Here comes Josie Sullivan up the right side. The runner is short. Pagan tipped the rebound out of bounds. Nope. Last touch by Morgan. 8-point Whaler ball. And if you are a historian of Connecticut high school basketball, Luke Riley adds to the lineage. His dad won numerous titles at South Catholic. Uncle Gene, of course, Adam played for Gene at Portland High School. What a great coaching family.
His team was tremendous yesterday.
Yep, after losing to Weaver twice during the year. Ashton trying to go the distance, can't convert. Ball's loose on the baseline, and up with it is Osborne, and she's in a muscle tussle. That's just not, that's unfair. And Joe Grippo giving it to the officials, wanting a hold somewhere, didn't get it.
Yeah, they called the tie-up, and I don't know how anyone ties up Osborne the way she's rolling around there. You got to be very, very gutsy to step in and try to battle that young lady.
Ashton looks for a pass. It's deflected out of bounds, courtesy of McCarville.
I would not want to be one of the officials right now getting that stare from Joe Grippo. He can be an intimidating fella as well.
Between basketball and volleyball, 1,100 wins. Ashton, nice pass after getting double teamed. Shot though missed by Sullivan. And Osborne the rebound. Pagan has 10 boards for New London. Here's McCarville. So dribble drive out of the left corner and bring it back out. We have played a little over a minute of the fourth quarter. Still the Whalers by 14, and Ashton gets called for the foul. Osborne has a double-double of 12 and 10. That's points and rebounds. Pagan a point shy of a double-double. Ashton leads the way for Morgan with 12 points, 5 assists. And free throws forthcoming for the Whalers as they're in the 1-and-1.
For Morgan, one of the big issues has just been that the jump shots they've gotten have not fallen since early on. They hit 2 jumpers to start the game. Things looked great because when Morgan's getting jump shots to go, it's a huge advantage. Since then, the only jump shot I can remember going in was Tori Hopkins' 3 early in the third quarter.
The only miss from the line for the London today was Lucas in the first half. Otherwise, they have been outstanding from the charity stripe today. Sullivan to Ashton on the stop and go, and she's called for the carry. I'm surprised that doesn't get called more because everyone does it. Or they need to modify that rule.
Yes. I mean, obviously, it's called tighter in the high school and college game than in the NBA, but at every level, you see almost every player carrying the basketball. You could call a carry right here. Every single dribble that that's being done by Childs Harris, she's flipping her hand over as well.
Gets tripped up, nothing called. New London with 18 second chance points. Morgan has just 2. And Dawson will shoot 2 as she's fouled on the drive from the left. That's also a telling number today, those second chance points.
Yeah, the interior players are so tough for New London, and both Pagan and Osborne are coming back. Pagan only a freshman, Osborne only a sophomore. That is a scary tandem. Imagine them 2 years down the road.
And Lucas is only a freshman at the point guard.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good team. McCarville's a junior. She'll be back next year. Dawson, the first Husky other than Ashton to shoot free throws. She missed the first, makes the second. She's got 9 on the afternoon. Ashton's got 13, 48-33, 6:10 to go. And the Whalers can be very content to work the ball, but Osborne has other ideas. But when you're shooting the way she is, why not? Everything she's touched has turned to gold today.
She has a great shooting touch. I'm very impressed with how consistent she is from 10 to 15 feet.
Ashton off the feed, drives, gets bumped, and she'll shoot free throws. If that's Osborne, that would be number 4. And Sammy Ashton will shoot free throws. She's only a sophomore. This is a young Morgan school team. They only have 1 senior. That's Lily Dawson. That 5'3" guard who we've seen come off the bench today as Ashton hits the first of 2.
Yeah, this Morgan team has a very good chance to be back here again next year as well. Same with on the volleyball court as well. Most of their volleyball players coming back as well. But both of these teams could meet again next year. I feel like we've said that a lot this weekend. A lot of the teams that have been contending have been led by underclassmen.
Ashton makes the free throws. Osborne went to the bench with a standing ovation, and Jen Dawson gets called for the foul, so we'll go line left and shoot free throws. Still got 5:48 to go here in the fourth quarter.
You would say down 15, maybe not the worst play in the world to start the foul strategy, but the way New London has shot free throws today, Bob, it's tough. You're not going to make up any points if you keep sending New London in the line.
Alexis Childs Harris is 3 for 3 from the line today. As a team, they're 13 of 14, and the broadcaster jinxed her. But Pagan gets the rebound, and she'll shoot free throws. Pagan at 6'2", and remember, with Osborne and Pagan still at teenagers, there's a few more inches of height to be added.
Yeah, that very well could be.
As Pagan misses a free throw. Back-to-back misses now for New London, but they're up by 15 as they've hit 50.
That does not happen very often for a team that's playing Morgan. 50 points scored against Morgan, almost unheard of. They only give up 37 a game.
Whalers have missed 3 straight free throws, but they enjoy the lead with 5:35 to play here in the fourth as they look for their first state title. And girls' state titles at New London are very rare. Dawson, double team to the spin move. Nice move, dish. Lays it up and in. She saw Donald cut down the middle and fed her nicely from behind. Here's McCarville, corner right for the Whalers. A couple of big threes on the afternoon. She's got a pair. Whalers on the day are 3 of 8 from 3. Huskies are 2 of 5.
This is already the second most points scored against Morgan all season. The only team that scored more was Ledyard, who scored 61.
And they were in the semifinals of the L tournament, losing to Capital Prep.
Yep.
Here's Sullivan with the drive. Good transition as they break pressure, and Joe Grippo is going to take a timeout with 4:51 to go. And they're down 11. Trying to light that spark here, try to close it out.
Yeah, try to set up a good defense here. They can force some turnovers on the pressure. 11 points is definitely not out of range with 4:51 left. We've seen
what we saw last night.
Yeah, we've seen bigger leads than this get turned around. For Morgan, you'll need to force turnovers, and that's a tough ask today because this New London team has been very good with the ball.
When severe weather moves in, every second counts. Eyewitness News wants you to keep you informed on changing weather conditions with their early warning weather and live Doppler radar to help keep you safe. Rumor has it a storm coming up the coast for Tuesday night and Wednesday. And as the weathermen like to say, bombing out. Bombo Genesis.
This is the winter that never ends.
And to think, the Red Sox open the season next Monday in Baltimore. Next Monday in Baltimore. The world champion Boston Red Sox. Childs Harris is fouled in the backcourt.
I read an article last week that a bunch of minor league baseball teams are having to rent snowplows from the towns that they're in order to plow their stadiums. That's how bad a winter it's been at this point.
Well, the spring sports practice season officially gets going Monday. Pitchers and catchers started last week. They will be lucky to start the high school baseball season, softball season on time as Childs Harris back to the line.
A lot of indoor gym practices for the first few weeks for sure.
What did you play? Did you play baseball in high school?
I did play baseball in high school. I hated gym practices. In New York, they start practice a month before the season, so almost all of March was spent in a gym practicing baseball. That is not a sport intended for the indoors.
Nope. What position?
I was a catcher.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Ashton and the Huskies down 12. As Childs Harris went 1 of 2 from the line. They've got work to do, though, down with 4.5 to go, but they're going to get maybe 1 or 2 back there. As on the drive, Sullivan gets fouled. A lot of fouls here in this fourth quarter. As the foul is on Alexis Childs Harris.
And if you're Morgan, you're happy with the whistles because the clock continues to stop. You're getting chances here to cut into the lead without having to use up any time. Now just Morgan needs to start hitting free throws consistently.
Sullivan first trip. She's a good free throw shooter, 76%. Only Jen Dawson and Tori Hopkins are better than her percentage-wise on this Morgan team. Second on the way, and that's good. So Sullivan now in double figures. She's got 10. And that's the lead. But here comes Lucas and the Whalers. Takes it all the way, misses. And Dawson gets the rebound. Good play if you score, not so good if you don't. And here come the Huskies in transition. Sullivan tries to force one up. And the rebound goes to Pagan and the Whalers in transition. But this time, wisely, they bring it back out. And Carrie-Ann Dugan says exactly that. Work some clock.
Pagan was great on the other end defensively, altering the shot and getting the rebound.
That's a tough call on Ashton, because you easily could have called that one on DeBarros Cannon for the moving screen. So it'll be free throws for Jada Lucas, who is 3 for 4 from the line today. And she misses the first of 2. New London in the double bonus. Single bonus right now for the Morgan School.
Just got to look over at Coach Dugan, who's telling her players to settle down. You can tell that they're getting a little nervy again as Morgan's starting to close in, and that championship feels like it's within grabs. So we'll see if New London's able to start settling down just like they did through quarters 2 and 3.
Lead currently 11 as Dawson, with determination, gets the field goal and attempts the three-point play. Dawson's best quarter easily here has been the fourth. She's had a baseline move, a pull-up, one from the wing, and now here she gets another baseline drive.
It's a great drive, again, right into the body of McCarville to create the contact and finish strong through it.
Dawson 1 of 2 on the day from the line. She's now in doubles with 11. As the Huskies try to inch closer. As the free throw is made and the lead is down to 8 with 3:40 to go, and Ashton gets the tip, but unfortunately can't grab it. And it's a good thing she had those knee pads, because otherwise those knees would be black and blue.
Yeah, she's flying around the court, and again, that's how Morgan is going to get even closer, forcing turnovers from that pressure.
Oh, pocket picks, turnover. Ashton's ahead of the field, lays it up and in. The tip and the steal by Hopkins, Ashton the field goal. Here comes New London. McCarville a dagger, 3-0. And the rebound run down to the corner, and here come the Huskies. Down 6. And free throws upcoming. A very questionable call there. And Carrie-Ann Dugan is not thrilled with that call.
Let's get a look. Hopkins going hard. And maybe just a little bit of a shuffle there, maybe just enough for a call on Childs Harris, but that could definitely have gone uncalled as well.
So Hopkins to the line. She's hit a couple of threes, now a free throw. And if she makes this, it's a 4-point game with a lot of time left. Hopkins with 8. And another turnover. Right through Childs Harris's hands. I feel like I'm watching last night all over again.
Would not be surprised if Coach Dugan takes a timeout here very shortly. Her team is starting to feel the pressure.
Ashton with determination into a double team. They work the ball around. Good decision there. Ashton, their leading scorer. She's got 17 today. Hopkins, a 3-ball. That's short, but Dawson's there for the rebound. Can she get the putback? She sure can. And New London calls for time. It's a 2-point game. 2:48 to go. It's an 18-6 fourth quarter for the Huskies.
Unbelievable. Morgan getting good looks inside. The defense fueling them back into it as well. And the best part for Morgan offensively this quarter is it hasn't had to just be Sammy Ashton. Other players are getting involved and making some big plays, not the least of which Jen Dawson, who has really picked it up in the fourth.
Sure has, and that was not an easy shot. There were 3 Whalers around her. As Joe Grippo's team has not rolled over. They're within 2 with 2:48 to play here. And I dare say regulation.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, this Morgan team has had some come-from-behind wins during the regular season. They're used to playing from behind. Their physical defense starts to wear on you. And New London, maybe a combination of tired legs, feeling the pressure, and Morgan starting to really pick things up offensively. That's all led to this big fourth quarter comeback.
Everybody's up here at the Mohegan Sun Arena cheering their teams on. Of course, last night, not only was the fourth quarter amazing, but each team tried to outdo the other. Kept answering back and forth. Such drama. We'll see how it goes here this afternoon. Of course, Glenn Conticello will have all the information, all the interviews afterwards for the winners. Dawson has been good today. 14-8 for the Huskies, particularly here in the second half. She's been much better. Childs Harris runs into Dawson, gets it up to McCarville. Whalers still up 2. No hurry to score. But they want to get a good shot. They look for Osborne in the low post. That's a good place to go, and she'll shoot free throws. Good work by Carrie Ann Dugan off the timeout. Get the ball in the post.
And Osborne got herself great position, establishing inside on Josie Sullivan, and Sullivan got her right across the arm.
First on Sullivan. Free throws for Osborne, 2 for 2 today. And she misses the first.
I have been impressed all weekend long with the composure of these kids in this environment. There's 14 to 18-year-olds, and they have really put on a show basically every game we've seen.
Osborne adds to her double-double, 15 and 10 now as she makes the free throw. She's 3 of 4 on the day, so it's a 3-point game as we approach 2:20 left in the fourth. And a big block by Pagan. Hopkins, though, gets it back. Now it's Dawson to Sullivan. And the Huskies reset. Hopkins with determination to the bucket for the layup. She's in doubles with 10. 2 minutes to go. It's a 1-point game. Pressure broken. Numbers for the Whalers. Lucas. Is it a block or a charge? It's a block.
That was a mature move by the freshman. Lucas faked the pass to the outside, kept the defense moving, and got to the free throw line. Gutsy, gutsy take.
That's Joe Grippo, the head coach of the Huskies. Lucas to the free throw line. The Whalers have lived there quite a bit. Now 17 of 24. Right around 70% for the game as a team. Makes them both.
How large do those free throws loom now, too, as this game is tightened up?
3-point game. Whalers up 3. Here's Ashton. Out to Dawson. Dawson from the elbow. Misses, but gets her own rebound. Lost it, but right to her teammate. And Sullivan throws it out to Hopkins as Lucas all over her. Here's Hopkins, determined to get to the bucket. Lays it up, no. Rebound, corralled by Charles Harris of New London. And here come the Whalers on the run. Making a beeline to McCarville. And there's no need to shoot it. Minute 15 to go. Whalers up 3.
For Morgan, no need to foul. You got plenty of time to try and play solid defense here and force the turnover.
McCarville throws it out to Lucas. As we're down to a minute to go, and we get a foul on the floor before the shot. Sullivan picks up her second, but it's double bonus for the Whalers, and Osborne will shoot free throws, 3 for 4 today.
She's got a double-double today, 15 and 10, and this game changed when she went out with her 4th foul. It allowed Morgan to start the run to come back, so she is key here down the stretch. The team was up 14 when she left, and it's come back to a close 3-point game.
First by Osborne is good. Subs have been few and far between. Each team has played 6. Second one, no good. So it's a 4-point lead with a minute to go. For the Whalers, trying to win their first state title. A Hopkins 3, caught the net. Problem was, it was the outside of the net.
Yeah, boy, that looked good off the hand because it was right on line.
Right on line, right where we were sitting.
Now you need to force a turnover if you're New London, or if you're Morgan, rather, 2-possession game. If you don't get a turnover in the first 15 seconds, when you want to start fouling.
They left Lucas wide open off the inbound. McCarville out of the right corner, and the Whalers don't have to shoot it. Now the Huskies need to foul. They're not calling it. McCarville takes the shot, and the rebound to Morgan. Osborne then ripped it out of Dawson's hands, and the possession arrow in favor of the Whalers.
She's been a superstar today. Just tremendous on both ends of the floor, and in my opinion, the player of this game.
Glenn Conticello will talk to the winners when we're done here at Mohegan Sun Arena. Great comeback by the Huskies. It might fall short as Ashton fouls the freshman Lucas. And the lead currently 4 pending the free throws. It's 2 for the freshman guard of New London.
Not many great options to foul for New London. Pagan on the season, a 44% shooter, is probably the one you want to foul at this point.
Lucas misses the first. Remember, folks, she's only a freshman. Wiley, 5'4". Very quick. 1 of 2. And she's even wearing the low-cut sneakers. So the lead is 5. Morgan needs a basket in the worst way. Dawson tries, but it's rejected out of bounds by Pagan.
Another freshman with a huge play.
That is scary to think that India Pagan's a freshman. The London fans starting to feel they have a state title. This jump ball, if it gets called, nope. Up with it's Morgan. Dawson, a 3. That's short. Rebound Osborne, 15 seconds to go. And then she throws it away. Not sure it's enough time, but it's only a 5-point lead. A quick hoop and a turnover, you never know.
Yeah, you don't need the 3 here, but you will need a 3 on one of these 2 possessions. You just need something quick, whatever shot you get.
Ooh, that ball almost hit the end line. Here's an inbound. Dawson gets it right back, puts one up, it's blocked again. Rebound goes to New London, and here comes McCarville. She can dribble off the clock. It's going to be a whale of a day for New London. Game over. New London, your state champion.